The other day I was tagged in an amazing Facebook status that started with "Ladies," so you know it's gonna be good. It said, "Ladies, what are your mantras?" Which is an insane thing. Like, I feel like white people, mantras are things that white people tell ourselves that are not hard to forget. You know what I mean? Like, for example, just breathe. My body does that on its own. Like, I've never woken up dead. Like, see the good in the world. I would if this wasn't a trash fire. But my favorite one is namaste. Because if you're a white person and you say namaste, there's like an 85% chance when you go to brunch, instead of writing in a tip, you write in, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And that's not okay, Karen. It's not okay. I'm fired up about it because I'm a bartender. I like being a bartender a lot. The other day, there were some gentlemen who came into my bar. Give it up for our bartenders here at Cole. They're the best. They're the best in the biz! I'm a bartender, I am. And the other day, it was like 4 p.m. on a Sunday. These white dudes came in, already drunk, holding skateboards, so you know it's going to be a nightmare. And you understand how a bar works. You have to show your ID to get alcohol. Don't fuck with the person standing between you and the alcohol. And when I asked for their ID, they did argue with me so much that I had to just like take their alcohol privileges away, put them in timeout, give them a water. And then when they finished that water, 10 minutes later, they started arguing with me again. One of them called me an asshole. The other one looked up from his water and said, "We know lesbian bartenders cooler than you." Which is a sick burn. Like, I'm not even mad about it. But that also means that he looked at me, stopped at my haircut, and thought, "Oh, I got her. Oh, I know her number. It's 69 with another lady." What is that? Weird riff. I live with roommates because I got this outfit at a clothing swap. I live with roommates. My roommates are both full-blown adults, like they've never taken a Plan B in a Burger King before. They want me to stop talking about it. One of them's buying a house and she's not going bankrupt, like whatever. The other day my roommate came home with like a shit ton of groceries, like $250 worth of groceries. And I know because I looked at the receipt. And I just feel like I'm never gonna be able to like spend that much money on like a week's worth of groceries. Like if I do, I'm gonna laminate the receipt, put it in a scrapbook, wait like 50 years, show it to my grandchildren like it's a Great Depression artifact before fascism set in. You know what I mean? I have a lot of anxiety. Anybody have anxiety up in here? Yes, my people, we worry about the world turning. Okay. Sometimes I get so anxious that I have to sit down at the edge of my bed and listen to every version of Landslide. There's no bad version of Landslide, and I understand that I'm the only white person on the show, and that's the whitest thing I could have ever said. Skylar's dad is mad about it. There's no bad version of Landslide. I am taking a new medication for my anxiety though, and it's going really well, except for every time I take my anxiety med, it makes me fall asleep, which makes me think that the thing that I'm anxious about is being awake. Consciousness, just existing in the world. I did sleep until 4 p.m. today. Not a joke. I also have depression, but I think the best thing about depression is that it makes you want to kill yourself, but it takes away the motivation to do so. And that is how I get through February's in Chicago. I was depressed in high school, like a little nerd, and my ex-boyfriend was super worried about me killing myself, so he talked to his economics teacher for some reason. Like, New Mexico is poor, but we have guidance counselors, okay? That's where I'm from. So he talks to his economics teacher about it, and his economics teacher, Jesus Christ, his economics teacher says, if she wants to kill herself, let her. Which is an insane thing for a man who teaches children to say. I was mad about it at the time, but I think, in retrospect, pretty economical. these fucked up jokes, I do go to therapy. Therapy's the best. I go to free therapy. Yeah! Therapy, processing your feelings so you don't hurt other people. Okay. I go to therapy because I go to free therapy because I do this. They do record your sessions for quality assurance so you don't die. But the other day, my therapist did ask me, Sarah, you talk so much shit about yourself. Say some nice things about yourself. And I was like, okay. So I told her that I was stacked up top. You can't see it because of this. But I was stacked up top. I can eat a meal and then I can eat a second meal right in a row. Thank you. Yes! I can also masturbate while watching Al Jazeera to completion. Incredibly woke white woman. I hate that I said that. I also I do online dating because I don't respect myself. Anybody do online dating? Anybody not respect themselves? Great. But I noticed that there's like been an uptick in men who call themselves a feminist in their first message to me, which is insane. Great, because I'm a feminist, but insane. Like, if you're a dude who, like, that needs to be your first impression, you're kind of like a college that makes sure that I know that you're accredited right off the back. Like, I just don't want to fuck a dude who wears a "this is what a feminist looks like" sweatshirt. You're doing too much, but ultimately too little. Like, you're kind of like a girl wearing a Harvard sweatshirt, but she goes to Arizona State. Like, we see you, bitch. Also, you can't believe in equality and also ask me to call you daddy during sex. That's not how it works. And gentlemen, I understand that this is offensive. This is shitting on you, and I'm sorry, but I think it's gonna be okay, because when has a man ever hurt a woman? It'll be great. And when I do get murdered at the hands of a man, because that's what'll happen, I really, like, my last wish is to be burned at the stake. Because though gruesome, it means that my last act was just pissing off a bunch of dudes at once.